Welcome everyone, let's set up the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5. So first of all, you should see this hello screen, and if you don't, the phone is already set up. So if we see the hello screen, there is the option to tap on the accessibility button here, and if you need to turn on an accessibility setting, you can do this one here. So once we're ready, let's tap on the blue start button. Then it's going to ask for your language and region. So just tap the one you want to select. In my case, English United Kingdom. And then I'm going to tap on next. From here, it's going to ask you to agree to the license agreement. You must tap on the checkmarked tick. The diagnostics data, you don't have to agree to. We use your battery life, so I'm personally not going to agree to it. And then I'm going to select agree. From here, it says easy setup with another device. This will not do a full data transfer, but it will transfer just some settings and accounts. I don't think you should do it, but if you want to, just tap the buttons here. We can tap on setup manually instead. It is now asking us to connect to a Wi-Fi network. If you want to activate eSIM, you will need to connect to the Wi-Fi. But if you want to insert a physical SIM card, the SIM slot is at the top left. Eject the tray, put your SIM card in, and I'd recommend you do that one now. I'm personally just going to connect to my Wi-Fi. It's now asking us to activate an eSIM. So if you've already inserted your SIM card, you either won't see this or you'll see setup later. If you need to activate your eSIM, which is like an electronic SIM card, it's not physical, then you will either have a eSIM QR code from your carrier to scan right here, or you can transfer the SIM from an old phone if you had it. And if the phone is on a carrier and they pre-installed an eSIM, then search for mobile plans will automatically put the eSIM on. You may need to contact your carrier if you're struggling with this. In my case, I'm going to select setup later in settings, as eSIM is not really a thing in this country. Well, like one carrier supports it. So now we're going to wait for this one. Copy apps and data. You don't have to do this now. You can do a data transfer after the phone is set up. But if you want to do it now, just tap on next and follow the instructions. Otherwise, we're going to select don't copy here. It is now asking us to sign into our Google account. I would recommend this. If you don't have an account, create one. The reason why is many of the services you're going to use on this phone come from Google, and the other services will come from Samsung. And with your Google account, you can use the Google and Samsung services with just one account, which makes things easier. So I'd recommend you sign in to your account. So I'm going to skip personally because it will show my personal information. But definitely, if you don't have one, create an account. Otherwise, sign in. Next, it's going to say whether or not you want to allow permissions. So location, you may not want to allow location to Google, but this is Google services. So if you turn this one off, all apps on your phone will not be able to access the device's location, which means you can't use maps, etc. So make sure you keep that one on. Allow scanning allows the phone to access the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, even if you turn the switches off. So I'd recommend you turn that one off. And sending data, I'm personally going to turn that one off, just uses battery life. But if you do want to help the products and services, you can leave that one on. And then we're going to accept. And let's give this a couple of seconds here. It is now going to ask for the default search engine. So I'm going to select Google. You can use whatever you want, but even if Google uses all your data, it still is the best by far. Protect your phone. So the fingerprint is in the power button. So there'll be on-screen instructions. You just rest your finger on the fingerprint to set up. pin, pattern, password, on-screen instructions as well. I'm personally going to skip this one. You can set this always up later in settings. Let's wait for this. If you inserted your SIM card, you should see a list of apps from your carrier, which they recommend you to install. For me, I just see the Samsung Boost because I haven't inserted my SIM. If you see nothing here, don't worry. You can always download apps for your carrier from the Google Play or Samsung Store. And now it's asking us to log in to our Samsung account. So there's features like Samsung Pay, Samsung Backup, and these are definitely useful. Secure folder as well. They all require a Samsung account. So I would recommend that you log in here. Okay, so just enter in your login information. In my personal case, I'm going to skip this one, but after this video, I will be signing in. And if you skip any of the stuff I'm showing, you can always sign in the settings app. Always an option to sign in. So I'm personally going to skip. Samsung services, I personally recommend you leave these all on, but you don't have to keep these on. Okay, this is just data collection for Samsung. So if you want to turn them off, you can turn them off. But if you want to leave them on, you leave them on. So we'll just agree here. Light or dark mode, up to you what you select here. And this is just the PSA for what you should and shouldn't do with your phone, or like, you know, you can see pressing the screen, stuff like that. You can always pause this part of the video and come back if you want to double check what stuff you see here. And there we go. We are all set up. So when I tap on the finish button, I'll take a quick screenshot of that. So when I tap on finish, we are now on the home screen. We can customize the phone, make it our own. We can go to the settings here. The Play Store is where you get your apps, but there is also the Galaxy Store. They both have apps, so you can choose which one you want to use. You have Samsung Pay for your payments. Take a look at the apps, try them out, and with that being said, if you'd like to help support the channel, please do check the description. Bye bye.